It's time for round 4 in the AFL, and all I've got to say is, how did we lose to the Tigers? I don't know, but that does mean this week we are going to have to destroy our next opponent, and that is West Coast. So at least that'll be easy. So we start with looking back at how we did in round 3, and it did not start very well. I did Brisbane to win by 12. Another time where we think, well, Brisbane do win at home more often than not. Well, this is twice now. They have not won at home. So I did Brisbane to win by 12. They actually lost by 20. It was a fairly close one up until the end. And then Collingwood pushed away in the fourth quarter, which happens, right? Now, amazingly, only 14% of people went for Collingwood, which is incredible. So not many people got points. So that is a plus side for me. So well done if you went for Collingwood, and well done if you got a close result. I know one or two people there got the correct score as well, but nothing for me. Then on Friday, we had North versus Carlton. And look at this, only 4% went for North. Makes complete sense. And I did not go for them. But 81 points they got. 81. That's crazy. You know, you think about that compared to the other games, like the next game, which was Fremantle Adelaide. North score goals, but leak goals at the same time. I did Carlton to win by 30. They actually won by 56. So well done. Carlton are having they're having a really good season so far in their first game. I get the correct result, not a correct scoreline, but some people did. I'm amazed it went that far though. Next, Fremantle versus Crows. The curse is broken. I pick Fremantle to win. And what did they do? They actually won this time. Amazing. Crows are really, really struggling, aren't they? They are really struggling. I did the Dockers to win by 20. They went further than that and they won by 35. And quite a few people did get the extra half a point for a close score. And I think possibly 2 people got the correct scoreline difference. So well done if you are those people. And yeah, Crows, what the hell are you doing? Then on Saturday, this was a game that I said could have gone either way, hence why I did a very close scoreline. Essendon versus St Kilda. I did Essendon to win by 6. They actually won by 4. Quite a few people got a close scoreline at least. Quite a few people thought it would be close either way. Most people went for St Kilda, which I don't blame people for at all. I think that's a valid pick to at least go for, but it means I get the correct result and a close score. Get in. So things were sort of looking up, and then this happened. Port. It was a game, once again, it could have gone either way. I did Port to win by 20. Melbourne actually won by 7. Once again, it's a game that could have gone either way. It was a pretty decent game. A lot of not marking, not catching the ball very well, but it was a decent game like I thought. We did a live watch along for this one as well. So I was, it was an enjoyable one to watch, but nothing for me. That's really disappointing. Really disappointing. But it does push the Demons up to 2nd place. So well done to them. Then on Sunday, we had 2 games. The first one, Western Bulldogs versus West Coast. I did Western Bulldogs by 40, thinking, yeah, that's a pretty good prediction. Yeah, it will be a big win. No, Western Bulldogs decided to win by 76. 76! God, West Coast Eagles are awful. They are going to finish bottom of the table, right? Without a doubt, they are going to finish bottom of the table. They are truly atrocious. And once again, who are those 6% of people that tipped West Coast to win? What are you thinking? I don't understand. And then Sunday, I'm gutted. I'm absolutely gutted. Only 5% of people predicted Richmond to win. And they shouldn't have won. But it was a mess. I don't think we deserved to win. We probably could have won. But Amati, awful. Honestly, I don't know. He's awful at kicking. He's awful at marking. I don't know what he does. It was a blip. Let's just say it was a blip, okay? But as I said, next week it does mean punishment for West Coast. So, more punishment, should I say. I did Sydney to win by 20. Richmond won by 5. So, nothing for me and nothing for many people. But if you did predict Richmond to win, well done to you. Then, the last game was Hawthorn versus Geelong. And, yep, most people predicted Geelong to win. Only 4% went for Hawthorn, so I don't know what you were thinking. I did Cats to win by 50. They actually... Oh, I'm gutted about this. They actually won by 36. I think I'm 1 or 2 points out of the close score. But I do get the correct result at least. I actually think this is my favourite part of the weekly video, is seeing who has moved, who's sitting in top, and who is, the big movements I love to see. So, in first, gone up 7 places, is Shrek the Third. Well done. You must have had an absolute cracking week. Let's see some movement. Hazy's lost the top spot. Yin has gone down 1 as well. Shishu, 83 up 30. Well done. Cow down 5 places. Cat up 31. This is ridiculous. Gokstar, the golden hat, has gone up 80 places. Wow, that is fantastic. Brighton 75 up 13. Cobradell up 29. Saramar up 20. Sam Bird 14. Down 16. Banger Harvey down 12. Graz 45 up. Not bad, Beauregard. Very good. Gibbo down 18. Roy Boy David down 20. Oh no, Jackson was pushing back up. The last year's winner. He's down 12. Stinky Pinky and David L down 18. Think Outside the Square up 19. Blue Bull up 20. Oh, we got Positive Motion. Before that last game, and I think before the Sydney game, I was actually up about 14, but I am up 5. So I am into the top 45. I will take that for now. Ragnarok X is up 21. Any more big movement? Any more? Oh, Seashell. Ouch. Down 35. Go Bloods. Down 23. Keyboard Warrior down 34. I want to see who's got the wooden spoon this week. Tiger Eye up 24. Wooden spoon. Where is it? We are going some way. Wooden spoon. And that's gutting, because I hate that name, especially after the Swans result. Come on, Tigers. That's disgusting name. But I'm glad, because you get the wooden spoon. Well done. Let's see what... We got 149 people in here this year. That's amazing. That's more than last year. Cardman is having a shocker, I just want to say. So if anyone wants to go onto Cardman's channel and say he's having a bad time at it, Cardman 22 is sitting in 133rd. That is... embarrassing, Cardi. So round 4 is the Gather Round, which takes place in Adelaide this year. Thursday, the 4th of April, we start off with Adelaide Crows versus the Demons. Most of these games are going to be at the Adelaide Oval. There's a few on here that they don't have a clue where they're taking place. But we'll see when the day comes. Adelaide Oval then. Adelaide Crows versus Melbourne Demons. I know Crows are at home, but Melbourne, they're fine in form. Last 3 wins out of 4. So they are pushing now, aren't they? D's are pushing. Considering the D's at the start of the season, people thought, oh, they might not do as well this year because their team isn't quite as strong. But actually, they're performing. Crows, I don't know what the hell's going on with them. I predicted them to at least make the top 8. But if they don't start winning soon and finding some form, they're going to struggle. They are really going to struggle, and I don't see them winning this week. I really don't. I know they'll have the home support, but lots of people will be travelling over to Adelaide. So, I can't even give them home advantage as a thing. So, I'm going to do the Demons by 20. It could be worse than that, if I'm honest. It could be worse, but we'll see how that goes. I do not see Adelaide Crows starting some good form now. I think they need to wait for a round where they play West Coast, let's be honest. So, Friday, we then Cooper Stadium, apparently, which doesn't make sense because it's a rectangle stadium, so maybe Super Brew has got this incorrect. I don't know. I'm not even going to mention the stadiums, actually. But we have got 3 losses for Brisbane and 3 losses for North. It's another game where I think, actually, I wanna tip North because they're scoring so well. That is the thing. They score so well, but they let way too many in, and I can't see it being any different. I think this should be Brisbane's first win of the season. There's no reason why it shouldn't be. This is their easiest opposition, you would think. Brisbane have faced some fairly tough teams, i.e. Collingwood last week, for example. But surely this is when Brisbane turn it around. You can only assume. So let's go Brisbane by 20 as well, I think. Then Port versus Essendon. Port slipped up last week. They really, really did against Melbourne. It's a game where they could have won. It was a cracking game, really. Essendon, they are also 2 wins out of 3. They beat St Kilda last week. Do I think they will win? I'm gonna give Port the win. They will hopefully take advantage of playing at home in front of their home crowd. So it's a difficult one though, but Port should win. On paper, Port should win. So let's go. Should we stick with the 20 theme? Let's stick with the 20 theme. Port should win by 20 against Essendon. Then Saturday comes around, and as you can see, this is another one where it's not sure. Look, I don't know where it is. So if you want to tell me in the comments, let me know. West Coast Eagles versus Swans, my Bloods. This is where, after that loss last week, you would assume that Sydney are going to have a real kick up the arse because that was a poor loss. We should not have lost to the Tigers. So, yeah, I'll be frustrated if we lose. I would certainly be frustrated, especially last week. They didn't even have players like Dustin Martin, did they? So, just ridiculous. So, we should win this. West Coast got absolutely annihilated, by 72 it was. Swans, we've got to get the free-flowing scoring again. So, I think, let's go 60. Yeah, let's go 60. We're going to see some just majestic play by players like Papley and Heaney. So, yeah, Grundy, I think, has been a little bit average. His first game, he was fantastic, but the last 3, he's been distinctively average. So, let's hope his confidence can come back and he will perform well as well. So, next up, Fremantle versus Carlton. 2 teams that are on magnificent form. Fremantle, yeah, last season they let me down big time. Carlton, they've been performing really well, scoring goals. I think this is a difficult one because both teams are on fantastic form and you can't fault either of them, and I won't fault either of them. So who is going to win this? It's difficult, right? This may be the toughest. Yeah, this may be the toughest to pick, actually, this week. There's always that one game each week where you just don't know which way it's going to go. Do Fremantle continue their good run of form? Or do Carlton? Someone's got to lose. Well, they don't technically have to lose. They could both draw. I don't know. This is a difficult one. I think after breaking my curse, right, last week, I'm going to do Fremantle by 6. I broke my curse. Yeah, the curse is not going to come back. Okay. This game, I wouldn't have a clue. I just wouldn't have a clue. I think both teams are on fantastic form, and this is just a wild guess, really. Then we've got Western Bulldogs versus Geelong. Geelong, they are also on fantastic form. 3 out of 3. They've certainly improved on the mess that they had last year. Western Bulldogs had a very, very good win last week against weak opposition. But it's another one, it's difficult. But let's go with the experience of Geelong. Let's go Geelong by 10. Geelong by 10. There we go. Sunday comes around and it is Gold Coast Suns versus GWS Giants. GWS, top of the league. They are doing very well. Gold Coast, they obviously lost their last game. And I just don't see... Yeah, I don't see Giants losing. I just think they're on such a good run of form. So let's go GWS. Let's go GWS by 20. Quite a few I've done by 20. I think that's a good shout. Then Richmond versus St Kilda. Both teams with 1 win. Richmond, I just don't know how they won. I'm a little bit bitter, if I'm honest. I don't know how they won. So I'm going to go with St Kilda. St Kilda are going to do what Sydney could not do. So let's go St Kilda by 10. Yeah, let's do that. Then the last game of the week is Collingwood versus Hawthorn. Collingwood, they did pretty well last week, didn't they? And they got their first win of the season against Brisbane. And I do not see Hawthorn winning. I think that last week is where Collingwood turned the season around. I think that's got to be the way we look at it. So Collingwood are going to win here by a decent amount. I'm going to say Collingwood win by... Oh, do I go more? Yeah, let's go 50. Collingwood to win by 50. So my picks for this week: Melbourne by 20. Brisbane Lions by 20. Port Adelaide also by 20. Sydney Swans, we are angry and we are going to win by 60. Fremantle by 6. Geelong by 10. GWS by 20. St Kilda by 10. And Collingwood by 50. It's another week where there are a few games they could go either way. Hopefully there won't be too many surprises. We'll see how we do this week, but thank you once again for joining me. We've got the whole season still to go, so keep with me each week. See how you are doing in our league. I am going to try... I'd love to be top 20. That's my goal, actually, top 20. Thank you so much for joining me. Please do like and subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you next time.